Welcome to Beyond the Surface, the podcast. From the ancient practice to its modern day symbolism, we dive beyond tattooing and its connection to our inner selves. I'm your host, Caroline. Welcome. Hello and happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining in and for being here. I want to thank you so much for joining this space. I hope that you've had an amazing week thus far and that the universe is treating you well. This week, I wanted to combine, again, yoga with tattooing because I find that the intersection between the two is amazing. So today we're going to dive deep into the serene intersection of meditation and the tattoo experience. Even if you're at work, if you're at home, if you're out and about, sit back, relax, maybe get some hot cocoa, get some nice tea, coffee, whatever you feel like, and let's go beyond the surface together. So let's start with meditation. And meditation is an ancient practice of mindfulness and self-awareness, and it has been scientifically proven to reduce stress, increase focus, and just enhancing your overall well-being. So, in the context of applying it to getting a tattoo, that might seem a bit unconventional, but the benefits are really extraordinary. First of all, meditation really prepares the mind and the body for the tattoo experience. And a lot of you who've had long day sessions, you might remember the feeling of being a bit tired, almost as if your body is getting a bit sick after a session. And that is because your body's really at work. People do not realize how much your body's working once you're getting a tattoo. I think it's really important to just clarify before we begin what meditation actually is, because some people might think that you need to sit in a lotus position and all the time while having a specific mudra with your placing your fingers in a specific position. But meditation is simply connecting to your breath and only focusing on the breath. So if I ever host a meditation session, I always make sure to focus on what's happening in the body. So when you're sitting still and you're having, let's say, a lot of thoughts, because that's sometimes what makes us not want to meditate or not complete a meditation, is we have so many thoughts and we think too much about them. And we think too much, oh, I shouldn't have this thought. I should be thinking less. I shouldn't be having this many thoughts. But what we need to do is look at meditation from a different angle and seeing it as observing the mind rather than trying to control the mind so we get stillness. Because once you just observe the mind, like let's say you look at the sky and you have a lot of clouds. Visualize the clouds as your thoughts and they're just coming and going. You have a thought, you simply just listen to that thought and say, oh, okay. You don't go into the thought saying, why do I have that thought? Why do I think this way? Oh, that's not really nice of me to think, or that's not really a good thought to have right now. Because then you're overworking your mind and you're kind of resisting the natural process. Whereas if you simply just observe your mind, observe the thoughts that are coming through, then you can have this stoic view on it and just observe. When you're going through a session and you have this, having a lot of thoughts, having a lot of things, because you're so focused on the pain, you're so focused on the sensation of the needle going into the skin, that what I tell most people, especially the ones that are getting a tattoo the first time, is breathe. You got to breathe through it all. it doesn't work tensing up, because once you tense up, then your body will kind of go into a state of just purely resisting, and this can cause somebody to faint, like just, black out, faint. And other people just feel nausea, and overall, you can really make the tattoo experience a bit worse if you don't breathe. Okay. So, by engaging in deep breathing exercises and mindful awareness, I would say people can significantly reduce anxiety and fear associated with getting a tattoo. This rhythmic inhalation and exhalation, it really serves as an anchor, um, which will really help grounding the person and take them back to the present moment and easing this anticipation of pain. Like I said, if you keep tensing up, then your body is gonna try and relax at some point by either making you faint or you're gonna need a break. So, meditation is simply a tool to observe the mind, and this will help calm the mind more. Because when you don't go into your mind, you simply observe, then it will start to quiet down. And all of a sudden, you will realize that you don't have to interact so much with your thoughts. You can just let them go. Now, it might sound a little bit weird meditating through a tattoo session, but I want to clarify that if you are with a good artist, if you are with someone who respects you and that you feel safe, always let them know if you would want a silent session or if you want to talk. Now, for me, I always make sure to let my clients know, especially the ones that are getting their first tattoo, and also the clients that are coming to me for the first time, is that if they feel like talking, that's okay. But if they feel like staying quiet, that's okay too. Because if you want to have a very spiritual experience, maybe, but no artist in your area performs a ceremony, maybe, then being, let's say if you're in a big studio with a lot of artists and they each have their own client that each have brought two of their friends, then it's a really crowded area and it's a really crowded space for you to go deep, unless you've tried meditating before and you know how to do it so it works for you. I myself like going inwards when I'm in crowded spaces, but it is really difficult to go into your own space if you are easily triggered by specific sounds or by noise, or if your artist is talking with other artists. So, if you prefer a silent session with your artist, they should not have anything against it, because it is just you wanting to connect with yourself. So go into your artist, let them know, hey, I want to honor this tattoo, or I don't feel like talking this much today. Can we please just do it as a silent session? Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want your artist to talk to you, because of course we need to ask you if you like the placement, if it resonates with you, if it feels right to get this tattoo done. I'm talking during the session, so that your artist doesn't ask you, oh, where do you work? Do you live in the area? And you getting a bit frustrated. If you, on the other hand, need to talk, you can just engage in conversation all the time. And most of the time, us as an artist, we will pick up on it and we will join the conversation. For me, at least, if you get tattooed by me, oftentimes, if you don't say anything yourself, I will initiate a kind of silent session. Not that I don't talk to people on purpose, but let's say I initiate questions such as, are you new to the area? Where have you heard about me? Is this your first tattoo? Or just getting to know my client and they don't reply, or they reply with short answers, I kind of get the idea that they don't feel like talking. Moreover, Meditation cultivates a heightened pain tolerance, and studies have shown that individuals who regularly practice meditation, they exhibit an increased pain tolerance and a reduced perception of pain. As you know, the internet is a curious thing, and online you can find examples of jiu-jitsu guys who are being kicked in their lower regions and assumingly not feeling any pain. They don't flinch anyways. If you do cold showers or if you bathe in the ocean during the winter. You can also increase your pain tolerance by when you take a shower at the end of it or at the beginning, you decide. You take like a really cold shower and breathe through it. If you know about Wim Hof, he's a really great example on how to breathe through the uncomfortable. And doing all of these things whilst trying to keep calm. So, when applied to the tattoo experience, this means that the client, when meditating and when breathing through the whole session, will often find the process less painful and more bearable. And this, of course, allows them to endure longer sessions and go through the more intricate details of a design more. So, for example, like getting a part of your body blacked out, where you really pack in the black color or whatever color it might be, that's gonna be less painful because it is a really painful thing. It could also be getting tattooed on places that are more sensitive, such as your elbows or the bottom of your feet. But all of these things can all be tied together to if you breathe more, if you breathe deeper into your belly, the pain will be less painful and you'll be able to endure the session for longer. So, as the tattoo needle is, of course, creating art on the skin, the client can focus on the sensations without judgment or resistance. And this is a crucial part of getting a tattoo. And by breathing and taking it slow, you can create this sense of connection. And when you don't have the judgment or the resistance, the mindful acceptance of the present moment really transform the tattooing process from just a physical experience to a deeply spiritual and introspective journey. So, back to how meditation can help the tattoo experience. If you, during your session, let's say you're very nervous or you just really want to embody the feeling of the process of getting this tattoo, and let's say that you are new to meditation, I would say visualize positive and calming images. And this is a really easy way to get into a relaxed state of mind by visualizing serene landscapes or gentle ocean waves or other calming scenes. You can create this sort of small mental sanctuary and detach from the physical sensations of the process. Now, if you, as the artist and the client, combine this energy and you both initiate a silent session where both parties approach the session with a calm and focused mind, I find that the energy flows freely and the client often gets a heightened sense of intuition, and this really allows them to make more artistic decisions with the sense of confidence and decisiveness. And when the artist as well is focused on listening and being mindful of the importance, they will also accept the client a bit more and accept what the client wants and listen more. Because a lot of artists, at least I find, don't listen to the client. They just want to do what they want to do. For me, it's very important to give advice and let people know how I would do it. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one getting the tattoo. So if you want it upside down on your foot, that's on you. I am merely the vehicle for you to get your tattoo dreams come true. By communicating and being more present in the moment, the client can really communicate their comfort level more effectively, as I said, and they will just have a more pleasant experience because they feel listened to. And for the artist, this connection really allows them to respond intuitively for what the client needs and create this customized and comfortable tattoo experience rather than just, as I said, do what they feel like doing because they're the artist. One thing I absolutely hate in the tattoo community as an artist is when the artist says, listen to me, I'm the artist. Or listen to me, I'm the professional. Now, I don't mean it in the sense that I hate when professionals give their professional opinion and advice in terms of how the outcome will be and how it's going to, let's say, sit on the skin or how it's going to look in 10 years, because I do this myself. I let people know if you get it this size, we won't be able to get that many details in it, or if you get it under your foot, then just be prepared that it might disappear. But we're talking about the client voicing if they say, I really want a sunflower in my design. And the artist says, no, it should be roses. You should listen to me. I'm the artist. That is a major red flag for me, at least, in the tattoo community. And I would never, ever say, go through the process if an artist tells me to stay quiet and listen to them. If it's not related to the skin, if the skin is going to get damaged, or if it's not related to the design that I want being compromised. So if it's about the aesthetics of the design, please trust the artist, of course, and their advice, but at the end of the day, it is your tattoo, it's your body, it is your memory that you want to have forever on your body. With meditation, going back again, if you approach the whole session mindfully, and I'm not talking about, your artist having to be a monk and you having to come in on a floating cloud, I'm not saying that at all, but if you find an artist that you resonate with and you both hit it off really well and the whole session is approached mindfully, the tattoo becomes more than just ink on your skin. It becomes a spiritual and transformative experience. And especially with the tattoo process, I find that the process of it getting done is just as important as the tattoo design itself. If you've had a horrible experience, then you will remember that equally as much as if the design is done well. If you've come into an artist that has been super rude to you and just has rushed the whole process, then you will remember that it is inevitable. But if an artist made you feel comfortable, made you feel heard and listened to, then you will also remember that. So both parties, both the artist and the client, being present in the now moment, the artist listening to the client and vice versa, and accommodating the client's wishes during the session. If they want a silent session going in meditating, or if they want to chat and transform their pain through talking. So meditation can really transform a tattoo session into a sacred ritual. Even if you are in a studio with a lot of artists, with a lot of clients and a lot of friends coming to stand by. So here's an exercise for your next tattoo session. First of all, find an artist that you resonate with, that makes you feel safe. Oftentimes you can almost feel it instantly when you go on to their Instagram page and you get the vibe of them. Find an artist that makes you feel safe and heard. When you come into the session, you can say, of course, hello, how's it going? Feel the vibe of it. If it feels safe still, you can go on to talking about the design, going over the details one more time. Then when you've put on the stencil and it's time to tattoo, then you either ask the artist, hey, is it possible for me to just go inside and we not talk? Or You say, hey, I'm a bit nervous. Can you talk and calm me down? Then I am sure the artist will do their best to make you feel safe. If you choose to meditate and go inside, I would recommend you start, just taking deep breaths, not to the point where you faint, but just, just taking a moment to breathe. Oftentimes, the artist will let you know before they begin. And if you let them know, hey, can you tell me before you begin? Or I just need to take a few deep breaths and then you can begin. There are many ways to approach it. When you then start getting tattooed and you start your meditation, I would recommend taking the deep breaths and start focusing on where you're sitting. So listen to any sounds around you. There might be loud music, or there might be several people talking. There might be just a fan going, just the aircon. Listen to the sounds, just notice the sounds, not trying to search for them, not judging them, being annoying or anything, just observing them. Once you've done that, you can connect to your body. So if you're sitting up or laying down, feel the chair, bed underneath you. Just focusing on, let's say, starting from the head and going down, feeling your shoulders touching, feeling your back touching, feeling all the way down to your feet. Once you've done that, focus on the meaning of the tattoo. What does it represent? What do you want it to show? What do you want it to feel like when you look at it once it's done? Really focus on the energy of it. Of course, if you're getting a small tattoo, then the session might already be over. It might be done already. If you're having longer sessions, I would recommend you keeping on doing the process and then maybe put on some music. Oftentimes, it can be very tough to focus on meditation 8 hours at a time unless you're very skilled at it. And also with less distractions, because the colleague of your artist, let's say you're having a full day session, the colleague of your artist might have 8 sessions in that day, so you might be listening to several people coming and going. But finding some music that helps you go deep inside, bring some headphones. Some people read as well, which is good as well, to just remove your focus from the tattoo itself and the area, like the space that you're in. So bring a book or just keep focusing on your breathing. If at some point it gets too much with the pain, of course, ask your artist for a little break, and during that break, take time to breathe and reconnect with your body. Overall, the focus here during the session, if you choose to have a silent session or if you choose to meditate during the session, is not necessarily having a calm mind. It's merely trying to transform the pain. So instead of focusing on the pain, focusing on how the body's feeling, focusing on relaxing the different parts of the body, and thinking about things related to the tattoo. So let's say you're giving birth. It's really difficult to focus on the sensation in your fingertips when you have a child coming out of you. As well as with tattooing, it can be difficult not focusing on the pain when you're getting your elbow blacked out. But focus on the sensations in the body, focus on what thoughts might arise, and just observe them. If you feel like making sounds, that's okay. Make sure that it doesn't interfere with other clients, making them nervous. It might. But focus on the sensation in your body and relax. Once you've tried this, it is very clear that meditation has the power to enhance the entire experience. Again, it can help you reduce your pain and increase your pain tolerance, and deepening this mind body connection and making the session a spiritual ritual, and remembering why you got the tattoo done, remembering what it represents to you. So thank you so much for listening today. I hope that it was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, you can message me on Instagram, Miss Kali Tattoos, or you can write it in our community. I would love to hear if any one of you have tried meditating during a session, and if you did, how did it go? That concludes our journey on how meditation can improve the tattoo experience. I want to thank you so much again for diving beyond the surface with me and for exploring an art form that has stood the test of time and evolving and adapting throughout the centuries. As always, if you like this episode, please subscribe, share, leave a review, and join our community on Facebook. It's called Beyond the Surface, the community. It's a safe space where we talk about tattoo process and meditation, anything spiritual connected to your tattoos. Share photos of your tattoos if you feel like it resonates with you. Share how it was, how the experience was, and what you would recommend other people doing at the next session. But thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing week. I cannot wait to see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye.